Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about when people start normalizing narcissism. Now, people take this that in so many different ways, and I've already done one video at least about it. So, but I'm going to give different examples this time. At least I think so. It's a while back. I might forget. But one of the ways really is say somebody will tell you, like, say you're in a relationship with someone you don't know but they seem to have narcissistic behaviors, and they love to lie. You know, pathological liar. You don't really know it yet. Anyway, they're often about money. So you are in this relationship, and they say, you know, you're trying to get a job. Something happened. You're trying to get a job. Okay, maybe you got laid off from your last job because, you know, you're probably just downright exhausted from dealing with a narcissistic person. I'm not talking about a disorder, but yeah. Anyway, so this narcissistic type person will lie on your resume. Everybody does it. Everybody lies. Everybody lies on the resume. Well, no, not everybody lies on the resume. You know, no. But they will tell you that, and then they'll say it in such a convincing manner that, yeah, you know, you think, oh, okay, well, yeah, they probably do, and all that. But that starts to become you know, something that becomes normal. They're normalizing it, and other people hear it. You know, somebody started that off. And I'm sure a lot of us have heard that. Everybody lies on their resume. Somebody originally said it. You see what I'm saying? So this is just keeping it going. It's okay to lie. It's okay to lie. It's okay to lie. Okay, another one is, and this seems like, you know, my life seems to go in themes, but this seems to be the most often for most of my life. One of these, at least, is these narcissistic type people claiming that they basically will say that they know more than any professional in any field, but they don't usually say it outright like that. They'll say something like, well, you know, like you go to the doctor and the doctor says this or that, and it might cost money, you know, and they'll say, well, that doctor was wrong. I know more. That doctor is just probably at the bottom of their class. And there's always a doctor that's at the bottom of their class. They are normalizing that it is okay to doubt the professionals and say that they know more, that people can know more because they are, and they say somebody at the bottom of their class. Well, bottom of their class, I put this in a video one time before, just today, in fact. I might put that on my vlog kind of channel. Anyway, the bottom of the class. Okay, anything that I know, I was a career student, even in graduate school. What I learned, the bottom of a class like that is a B average in the class and overall every class you take. And it depends on the university, but if you make it, say, a C in a class, that C will not go towards your degree. You have to bring it up. If it's a required class, you have to bring it up to at least a B. And I know some people will say, well, yeah, you can cheat and you can this and you can that, and you no. These are often people who have never attended that kind of class at all. So where are they standing? You would not know where are they stand. Would they stand in some class at the bottom of it or not? They've never attended one. But they can you know, they think that they can say they know more. Why? That's the narcissistic behavior. But they're trying to make it they normalize it by saying that they have people at the bottom of the class, just like I just said, you know. Yeah. Okay, now there certainly are times when you can question what a healthcare professional tells you. You might get a second opinion from a different healthcare professional. You know, or something doesn't feel right. We know when something is abusive, doesn't feel right. You know, we know what to do. We're adults. Okay, but for someone to always, and that's what these narcissistic type people, I have run across many, always do, is to say that they know more than every professional there is on anything. It doesn't have to be a doctor or a mental health care professional. They know more. You know, it can be something as simple like well, like right now our air conditioner is, we've got to get a new one. And some people would listen to the one who says, you know, this or that, but some people would say, no, I know better, I know better, I know better. And then other people would get a second opinion, you know, at least a second opinion. Shop around, especially for air conditioners. But the narcissistic type would always say they know better, and they might even try to fix it themselves. Okay? If they can't fix it, it was something wrong with it in the first place. Something. They are always, they still know it all. Or maybe they'll come up with a totally different excuse that they don't have time right now. But still they know more than any air conditioner person. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so I deleted a clip, so where was I? But basically, I've seen this happen, especially with mental health care. Remember, I'm not a mental health care professional provider. This is not any counseling advice, anything along that line, just my opinion. And read the disclaimer in the description box below this video on YouTube if I haven't said that already. But yeah, what I've seen is that they'll do this with mental health. Say they've lived through it, they've done it, they've processed through, they know how to tell you what to do, and sometimes they'll say that you too can become like them, or assist them when they do not have the qualifications to do so. Okay, mental health requires qualifications. Now, it does depend on where you live. You can, here in Texas, from what I know, what I've asked about many, many times, is that you cannot be a counselor, cannot call yourself a counselor, be a counselor, anything like therapist, unless you are licensed by the state, and that involves going to university, and it depends on the university, but like a pre-practicum, a practicum, you've got a lot of experience behind you, a lot. And for people who will say, well, yeah, but they don't know anything, they've not experienced it, why do you think they got in the helping field in the first place? Many of them, things I've heard, remember hearing about research that's done on this, say they get into it because they've experienced it, or somebody, a loved one has experienced it. So all these lines, they try to normalize this thought that people, anybody can be better than these so-called professionals, because that's what they're going to do, and that's what they're going to do is to try to get money from you. So they try to normalize that it's okay to doubt professionals and for people to say that they are better than professionals. Okay, got that? Okay, and sometimes they want to do this online. I'm old school about this. I would say, this is my opinion, I would say no to the online thing. Meet them at least in person. You need to check them out. They need to check you out. The whole physical thing, just seeing somebody be in the physical room, you learn so much more about that, a lot about a person just by being in the same room with them. Okay? And the same for you. So at least know them and be able to actually see their degrees or their certifications or whatever it is that's needed, that you can see them. Okay? You can call that college or university, you can, whatever association, wherever you live, that you can verify they have a license and they, whatever. This is your life. This is the rest of your life. Now on. So do the work. You'll find the right one, the appropriate one. And don't listen to these little narcissistic types, So anyway, I could go on and on about this. I've done them before. But my view is see them in person. Maybe from then on, maybe do something like a Skype, or there's different ones than Skype. But at least be able to see them. You see what I'm saying? See their office. See their staff, if they have staff. Sometimes they don't. Get to know them. They get to know you. And then it can go from there. Whatever is legal where you are and whatever is acceptable where you are. It's not always the same. So if you want to subscribe to this channel, just click, that's enough for this for now. But just, if you want to subscribe, just click the circle. If you want to go from there. If you want to watch another video, click one of the rectangles. If you want to share on your own social media, feel free to do so if you can. And that's enough for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.